Hello everyone. Today everyone is talking about Log4j vulnerability. If you look at newspaper headlines or any news channels, even blogs, all are talking about this vulnerability. So why this vulnerability has become so critical? What is this Log4j? Log4j is a Java-based logging utility developed by Apache Software Foundation. This vulnerability came into light on December 9 and it was highlighted by Alibaba Cloud Security Teams. This vulnerability, officially called as CVE, that is Common Vulnerability and Exposes. Microsoft owned Minecraft was one of the first to acknowledge the flaw and issued a statement saying that Java edition of the game was at major risk for getting compromised. So to understand this Log4j vulnerability, we need to know some basics. So first let's know what is Log4j. As I said, Log4j is a Java-based utility or library which is used for logging information. So this vulnerability is caused by the lookup mechanism in Log4j 2.x version. That means, so whichever application is using Log4j 2.x feature, that is till 2.15.0, this vulnerability is found. So how can lookup mechanism cause this vulnerability? Let us understand two terms before that. Assume this is your application, it is running. This application needs some data frequently, maybe email services or maybe user accounts or license management details, so on. Here comes the concept of LDAP. So what is this LDAP? Lightweight Directory Service Provider. So this LDAP acts as a service provider. It provides access to servers implementing LDAP protocol. So this LDAP server knows where to look for email services, where to look for user accounts, where to look for license management details, etc. And I said lookup mechanism. What Java Log4j 2.x has done is it has incorporated a plugin called JNDI for lookup mechanism. So that is the main reason for this vulnerability. What is JNDI now? JNDI stands for Java Naming and Directory Interface. Let us understand in simple words, this establishes a communication between application and LDAP server. That means if application requests for some data from the LDAP server, this JNDI looks up for that information in the server. If the information is present in the server, then server replies back. So that's how this interface works. Now, what happened here is, suppose you have a log line like this. So what happens is, here user.name is an object which comes from payload. If user entered name is say John, as this application is logging each and every activity that happens on this, then JNDI looks up for this information in the LDAP server. If it gets information about John, then that username is actually logged in log. So that is how information is logged in a log file. Now, here, as I said, user object comes from payload. Instead of this username, attacker may put a link like this, which directs to his own LDAP server, that is attacker's LDAP server. So what happens when application logs this, our JNDI lookup looks for this link, it directly goes to the attacker's domain. Attacker's server sends back a reply to this, it is logged, and in reply he may send some malicious code which gets executed and get control of the application as well as the server. So that is called remote code execution. Now the attacker has full control of the device, entire device and its server. He can breach all the data or any information what he wants. That's why this is classified as one of the critical bug till now it was marked 10 out of 10, so one can imagine how critical it is. The vulnerability is fixed in a new version, Log4j 2.16.0. If you found this information useful, kindly hit on like button. Do subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.